Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be going over the top 5 hardest gloves to achieve in slab battles. Now keep in mind that these are my top 5 hardest gloves, so maybe you find other gloves harder, but these are the ones I think are the hardest. So yeah, let's get into it. The first glove I am going to be talking about is Rob. Now, Rob is number 5 on the list because Rob is pretty difficult to get. You know, some people complain about the boss fight and some people say it's too hard. But like, if you get a good enough team, you can get it pretty easily. It's just like, you have to find a good team first. And if you cannot find a good team, then you will not be able to get the glove. So yes, Rob is number 5 on the list. The next glove I'm going to be talking about is Admin. Now, Admin is number 4 on the list. Admin is just, the obby was pretty difficult first of all, and then you had to go through the retro obby, or at least half of the retro obby, to even get to the admin obby. And then once you got to the admin obby, you had to go through an escape room, then you had to beat the obby, and then you had to wait an hour in the insane white room. Now, hoping your internet doesn't disconnect in that hour, first of all, you have to beat the obby, and if you can't beat the obby, you have to do it all over again. So yeah, this glove is number 4 on the list because it took me 2 hours to achieve, and it was just very annoying to achieve. Okay, the next glove I'm going to be talking about is Santa. Now, some people may say Santa was pretty easy. All you had to do is wait a few days, just win a game per day. But if you are impatient like me, and you tried to win on the first day, then you would know how boring this glove was to achieve. And I achieved it on multiple accounts, so that was some of the most boring time I've ever spent on this game. Just constantly doing the same game over and over, and plus you can only get it during Christmas time, so the glove is just so difficult to achieve because sometimes you wouldn't even win. So if you didn't win, you would just have to do it all over again, and you would just be so bored. Now, the next glove I'm going to be talking about is Flamarang. Now, Flamarang is number 2 on the list for 2 reasons. Now, the first reason is you have to find 5 different overkills and kill them with Boomerang without leaving that server. Now, you may think you can waste time and just wait for 5 overkills, and yes, you're right, you could absolutely do that. But do you want to spend 4 hours waiting for multiple overkills to join the server, and then you actually have to kill them with Boomerang? Now that just sounds difficult enough, and this was one of the gloves that took me the longest to get, which is the second reason as to why it's number 2 on the list. Now, you could use glove grinding, and sure, you could get it pretty easily with that, but most people would want it for themselves, and then they wouldn't want to help, which is why glove grinding is not the best, because everybody wants it for themselves, and they don't want to help unless it's help for them, which is just why it's not the best. So yeah, Flamarang is number 2 on the list. We are going to have some honorable mentions because I'm sure some people are going to say that these are the hardest gloves. So for honorable mention number 3, we have Fish. Now, to achieve Fish, you have to sleep for an hour without getting up or getting disturbed, which is very easy. And with all the trolls, this glove is just pretty difficult to achieve. So Fish is number 3 on the honorable mentions list. Now, next on the honorable mentions list, we have Boogie. Boogie is number 2 on the list. Now, to achieve Boogie, you need to have 14 people, the entire server, dance at the exact same time. Now, it is honestly really difficult to do this because you cannot do it in a private server, and finding 14 people that are willing to dance is just not very easy. Now, another way to get this is glove grinding, again, like Flamarang, but people just don't want to help, like I said for Flamarang, which is why it's just difficult to get. Okay, for number 1 on the honorable mentions list, we have Bob. Now, some may say this is one of the hardest gloves, and may be the hardest glove to achieve in slap battles, but keep in mind, this glove requires RNG, and what RNG is you just have to get lucky. So you could get it first try, which would make it super easy to achieve, which is why it is on the honorable mentions list, because you could either get it first try, or it could take 10 hours, you never know. Now, for the hardest glove to achieve in the game. Now, pretty much everybody could have guessed it, and of course, the glove is Detonator. Now, Detonator, before it was at least easier to achieve before, but now the game has become more popular, so now the glove has gotten harder to get because there are more hackers, and just more skilled players. So the glove has become substantially harder to achieve. Now, before it was hard to achieve, but now it is even harder, and it is the hardest glove to achieve in the game. And everybody knew it was going to be on the number 1 spot, because it is just that difficult to get. Now, some may say other gloves are harder, but for this list, these are my top 5 hardest gloves to achieve in slab battles. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you think are the hardest gloves to achieve in slab battles. And I'll see you in the next video.
Airstrikes. Bomb them. Bomb them. Keep bombing them. Bomb them again and again.